The baby's piercing screams shattered the quiet afternoon like glass breaking underfoot. Emilia froze in the kitchen doorway, her heart slamming against her ribs as she saw little Mia writhing in her high chair, face red and twisted in agony, right beside Grandma Evelyn who sat there, unmoved, stirring her tea with a serene smile. In that split second, Emilia's world tilted. Something was terribly wrong, and the instinct to protect her daughter surged like a tidal wave, forcing her hand toward the phone. Emilia Thompson had always dreamed of a life that felt like home, warm, unwavering, and full of the kind of love that didn't ask for permission. Growing up in the sprawling suburbs of Chicago, she navigated the windy city's harsh winters and even harsher judgments with a quiet defiance. Now, at 32, she lived in a modest two-story house in Oak Park, Illinois, with Jordan Reyes, the woman who had turned her fragmented heart into something whole. Jordan, with her sharp wit, caramel skin, and eyes that sparkled like the city lights at dusk, was a graphic designer who worked from home, turning chaos into articles. Hij met 5 years ago at a local art gallery opening, where Jordan's bold strokes on canvas mirrored the way she approached life and love. Their daughter, Mia, was the miracle that sealed their bond. Adopted at 6 months old from a foster care system that had nearly broken Emilia's spirit during the lengthy process, Mia was now a bubbly toddler with curls that bounced like springs and a laugh that could melt the iciest day. But adopting as a same-sex couple in the heartland of America hadn't been easy. Whispers from neighbors, sidelong glances at playgrounds, and the occasional outright hostility reminded them that their family was still a battleground for some. Evelyn Thompson, Emilia's mother, had been the biggest hurdle. A devout Catholic widow from the old school, Evelyn lived in a small apartment downtown, surrounded by crucifixes and faded photos of Emilia's father, who had passed from cancer a decade ago. She raised Emilia with love, but it was a conditional kind, tied to expectations of marriage to a nice man, grandchildren through traditional means, and Sunday masses without question. When Emilia came out at 25, Evelyn had wept, prayed, and eventually distanced herself, calling it a phase fueled by the liberal media. Jordan's presence only amplified the rift. Evelyn saw her as the temptress who had stolen her daughter. Yet, hope flickered. Recently, Evelyn had softened, or so it seemed. She called Emilia out of the blue, her voice trembling with age and perhaps regret. "I want to see my granddaughter," she said. "Life's too short for grudges." Emilia, ever the optimist, had invited her over for a weekend visit. Jordan was worried people don't change overnight, babe, but Emilia yearned for reconciliation. "She's family," Emilia had insisted, kissing Jordan's forehead. "We have to try." The visit started smoothly. Evelyn arrived Friday evening with a suitcase of knitted blankets and homemade apple pie, her silver hair neatly pinned, her floral dress screaming Midwestern charm. Mia took to her immediately, giggling as Evelyn bounced her on her knee. Jordan watched from the sidelines, polite but guarded, her hand often finding Emilia's for reassurance. That night, as hij tucked Mia into her crib, Jordan whispered, "She seems genuine. Maybe this is good." Saturday dawned bright, the kind of crisp autumn day where leaves crunched underfoot and the air smelled of possibility. Emilia and Jordan took Evelyn to the local farmer's market, where vendors hawked pumpkins and cider. Evelyn could over Mia, buying her a stuffed pumpkin toy. For a moment, it felt like the family Emilia had always wanted, multi-generational, messy, but mending. But cracks appeared by lunchtime. As hij sat around the kitchen table, Evelyn's eyes lingered on the framed photo of Emilia and Jordan's commitment ceremony, 2 women in white dresses, beaming under a canopy of fairy lights. "You two look happy," Evelyn said, but her tone carried an undercurrent of sorrow. "I just wish." "Well, you know." Emilia tensed, but Jordan squeezed her tie under the table. "We're more than happy, Mistress Thompson. We're blessed." The afternoon dragged on with board games and stories from Evelyn's youth. Mia napped peacefully, and Emilia dared to believe in healing. But as evening approached, Mia grew fussy, uncharacteristically so. "She's teething," Emilia said, rocking her. Evelyn offered to help, taking Mia into the living room while Emilia prepared dinner. Jordan joined Emilia in the kitchen, chopping vegetables with rhythmic precision. "Your mom's being nice," Jordan admitted. "It's weirding me out." Then came the cries. Not the usual whimpers, but guttural, pain-laced wails that echoed through the house. Emilia dropped the knife, rushing in. Mia was in her high chair, arching her back, tears streaming. Evelyn sat beside her, calmly sipping tea. "She's fine, dear. Just colicky." But Emilia's maternal instinct screamed otherwise. She scooped Mia up, feeling her teeny body burn with fever. "What happened?" "She was okay minutes ago." Evelyn shrugged. "Babies cry. You were the same at her age." Jordan burst in, her face etched with worry. "What's wrong?" Emilia handed Mia over, dialing the pediatrician on speaker. As the phone rang, Emilia noticed something, a small vial on the table beside Evelyn's teacup, half empty, labeled with faded print. Her blood ran cold. "Mom, what's that?" Evelyn's eyes widened, then narrowed. "Just my vitamins, Emiliandra. Don't be dramatic." But the label read herbal sleep aid, strong stuff, not for infants. Panic surged. Had Evelyn dosed Mia? "Why?" The doctor's voice cut through, "Bring her in if the fever's high." But Mia's cries intensified, her little hands clutching at her stomach. Emilia's world narrowed to one thought: protect. She grabbed the phone again. "I'm calling 911. The paramedics arrived in a blur of sirens and flashing lights, turning the quiet suburban street into a spectacle. Neighbors picked from curtains as to EMTs, a burly man and a no-nonsense woman rushed inside. Emilia cradled Mia, who had quieted to whimpers but still clutched her tummy. Jordan stood sentinel, her arm around Emilia's shoulders, while Evelyn sat rigidly on the couch, lips pursed in defiance. "Ma'am, what happened?" the female EMT asked, checking Mia's vitals. Emilia explained the sudden cries, the fever, the suspicious vial. Evelyn interjected, "It's nothing." He gave her a teeny bit to calm her down. "Old family remedy." The EMT's eyes sharpened. "What was in it?" Evelyn hesitated, then muttered, "Valerian root and chamomile. Harmless." But tests had revealed otherwise. Mia had ingest a mild sedative, enough to cause distress in her teeny system but not life-threatening. The doctor, a kind-faced woman in scrubs, pulled Emilia aside. "She's stable, but we need to report this. Child endangerment protocols." Emilia's knees buckled. Jordan caught her, whispering, "We're okay. Mia's okay." But the betrayal burned like acid. How could her own mother do this? Flashbacks flooded Emilia as she waited in the sterile hospital hallway. She remembered coming out to Evelyn over dinner, the way her mother's fork clattered to the plate. "This isn't you, Emilia. It's a choice. Think of your future children." Emilia had stormed out, heart shattered. Years later, meeting Jordan at that gallery, Jordan's laugh cutting through the crowd, their first kiss under a street lamp had been salvation. They debuted a live, late-night talks about dreams, adopting Mia after endless paperwork, vowing to give her the acceptance they craved. Now, police questioned Evelyn in a separate room. She emerged pale, escorted by an officer. "I did it for you, Emiliandra," she confessed in a whisper. "That child. She's not right. Raised by two women. It's unnatural. I thought if she got sick, you'd see the error of your ways." Emilia recoiled. "You poisoned my daughter to save me?" Tears streamed. Jordan stepped forward, voice steady. Mistress Thompson, that's not love. That's hate wrapped in religion. The night stretched into dawn. Mia was discharged with fluids and monitoring. Charges loomed endangering a minor. Evelyn was released on bail, but Emilia filed for a restraining order. Back home, the house felt haunted. Jordan brewed coffee, pulling Emilia into a hug. We don't need her approval. We have each other. But the wound festered. Emilia tossed in bed, replaying memories, Evelyn baking cookies for school events, cheering at soccer games. Was it all a facade? Jordan listened patiently, stroking Emilia's hair. Grief changes people, but this. It's on her. Days blurred into therapy sessions and legal consultations. Their community rallied, friends from the local LGBTQ center brought meals, shared stories of similar family rejections. One evening, over wine, Jordan shared her own past, disowned by her conservative Latino family in Texas. I built my own family with you, she said, eyes misty. Mia's our legacy. Yet doubt crept in. Emilia questioned if she was fit to parent, if her choices endangered Mia. Jordan countered fiercely, our love makes you as stronger parents. Don't let her poison the two. A week later, Evelyn called from a blocked number. I'm sorry, she sobbed. I was wrong. Please, let me explain. Emilia hung up, but the seed of curiosity and lingering love took root. Hij met at a neutral coffee shop, Jordan by Emilia's side. Evelyn looked frail, clutching a rosary. Your father. He accepted everyone. He failed you both. Tears fell. Seeing you happy with Jordan, it scared me. Change scares me. Emilia's anger softened to sorrow. You almost killed my child, Mom. How do I forgive that? Evelyn nodded. You don't have to. But no, I love you. All of you. The conversation ended without resolution, but it cracked open a door. Back home, Emilia and Jordan cuddled on the porch, watching Mia play in the yard. Family isn't a blood, Jordan murmured. It's who shows up. Emilia kissed her. You are my forever show up. As autumn leaves fell, healing began not overnight, but in small acts, Mia's laughter, Jordan's touch, the quiet strength of chosen love. But shadows lingered. Whispers from Evelyn's church friends reached them, accusations of unfit mothers. Social services knocked, prompted by an anonymous tip. The investigation cleared them, but the stress mounted. Jordan's work suffered. Emilia's teaching job at a local high school became a minefield of gossip. One night, after Mia's bedtime story, Jordan confessed, I'm scared we all lose her. Emilia held her close. We won't. We're fighters. Their bond deepened amid the chaos, stolen moments of passion, not explicit but profound, forehead kisses turning to lingering embraces, whispered affirmations in the dark. Love as armor. Then came the court date. Evelyn pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor, sentenced to community service and counseling. In the hallway, she approached. Can I see Mia again? Supervised. Emilia hesitated, glancing at Jordan, who nodded subtly. Maybe. One day. It was a tentative bridge, built on pain but pointing toward hope. Winter descended on Oak Park like a heavy blanket, snow muffling the world outside while tension simmered within. Emilia and Jordan navigated the aftermath with cautious steps, their home a sanctuary amid the storm. Mia, resilient as toddlers are, bounced back fully, her cries now joyful squeals as she toddled through the living room, chasing the family cat. But Evelyn's actions had rippled outward. Emilia's extended family, aunts, uncles from the Midwest divided. Some sided with Evelyn, sending letters laced with Bible verses about traditional values. Others, like Sarah in California, called with support. Love is love, Emilia. Screw the haters. Jordan's side, though distant, sent care packages, spicy tamales and encouraging notes. The couple leaned on each other more than ever. Jordan's art took a therapeutic turn. She painted vibrant abstracts of intertwined figures, symbolizing unity. Emilia graded papers late into the night, finding solace in shaping young minds. Their date nights became lifelines, simple walks in the snow, hands clasped, breaths mingling in the cold air. One evening, as flurries danced outside, Jordan surprised Emilia with tickets to a Broadway show in Chicago. "We need this," she said, eyes twinkling. The night was magical, laughter, music, a stolen kiss in the theater lobby. On the drive home, Emilia said, "You make everything better." Jordan smiled. "Ditto, babe." Yet, betrayal scar itched. Emilia dreamed of Evelyn's face, twisted in judgment. Therapy helped unpack it. Sessions where Emilia voiced the hurt she was supposed to protect us. The therapist nodded. "Forgiveness is for you, not her." Jordan attended some sessions, sharing her fears. "I worry Emilia will choose blood over us." Emilia reassured her, "You are my blood now." Sprinkled the ice, bringing tentative reconciliation. Evelyn completed her counseling, attending a PFLAG meeting parents, families, and friends of lesbians and gays. She emailed Emilia, "I learned a lot. Can we talk?" They met at a park, Mia playing on swings nearby. Evelyn watched her granddaughter with longing. "She's beautiful. Like you." Emilia nodded wearily. "Why now, Mom?" Evelyn sighed. "Losing your father made me cling to rules. But rules aren't a love. I see that." Tears welled. "Jordan's good for you." I was blind. Jordan, pushing Mia's swing, overheard and joined. "Prove it," she said gently. Evelyn nodded. "I will." Small steps followed, supervised visits where Evelyn read stories, avoiding preachines. Mia warmed to her, and Emilia saw glimmers of the mother she remembered. But drama lurked. An old friend of Evelyn's, Mistress Hargrove from church, spread rumors online accusing Emilia and Jordan of indoctrinating Mia. It went viral in local forums, drawing trolls. Jordan's inbox filled with hate mail. Emilia's school received complaints. The couple fought back. They spoke at a community town hall, hands linked. "Our family is real," Emilia declared. "Love doesn't discriminate." Applause mixed with boos, but support grew, petitions, allies marching with them at Pride. Amid the fight, their romance reignited. Picnics in the park, slow dances in the kitchen, moments that reminded them why they chose each other. "You are my anchor," Emilia whispered one night. Jordan replied, "And you are my sail." High drama peaked when Evelyn confronted Mistress Hargrove at church. "Stop this nonsense," she demanded publicly. "My daughter's family is as valid as any." The congregation murmured, some laughed, others applauded. Evelyn called Emilia afterward, "I meant it." The act shifted everything. Trust rebuilt, brick by brick. Summer brought barbecues where Evelyn grilled veggies, chatting with Jordan about article Mia called her gamma, melting hearts. Yet, internal conflicts arose. Emilia grappled with resentment, Jordan with insecurity. One argument escalated, "You let her back too easily." Jordan yelled. Emilia countered, "She's trying." They reconciled in tears, love prevailing. As fall returned, marking a year since the incident, they gathered for Mia's birthday. Evelyn gifted a photo album, pictures of Emilia as a baby, interspersed with new ones of their family. "This is US," she said. "All of US." Tears flowed. Forgiveness wasn't a erasure, but a choice to move forward. In quiet moments, Emilia and Jordan reflected. We survived, Jordan said. Stronger. Emilia agreed, because of you. Their story became one of resilience shared at support groups, inspiring others. Love, in all its forms, triumphed. The cycle of seasons mirrored their journey, each bringing new challenges and deeper bonds. By the following winter, Evelyn had become a fixture, albeit cautiously. She volunteered at the LGBTQ Center, educating seniors on acceptance. I'm making amends, she told Emilia over coffee. Emilia smiled. I'm proud. Jordan's career soared. A gallery show featured her pieces on queer families, drawing crowds. Emilia's students wrote essays on diversity, inspired by her openness. Mia thrived, her vocabulary exploding with words like love and family. But life threw curves. Jordan's health scare, a lump discovered during a routine check, sent them SP-herhaling. Biopsy weights were agonizing. Emilia held her through nights of fear. I can't lose you. Jordan joked weakly, you won't. I'm too stubborn. Benign results brought relief, but vulnerability lingered. Hij renewed vows privately, on a snowy hill overlooking the city. In sickness and health, Emilia promised. Jordan echoed, forever. Spring bloomed with possibility. Evelyn moved closer, into a senior community nearby. Visits increased, she baked with Mia, teaching old recipes. One day, she pulled Jordan aside. Thank you for loving my girl. Jordan hugged her. She's our girl. Conflicts weren't gone. A family reunion in Wisconsin tested waters, relatives stared, whispered. But Evelyn defended, this is my family. Accept or leave. Some warmed, others distanced. Emilia felt liberated. Summer vacations took them to the coasts of San Francisco, where they walked hand in hand through Castro, Mia in a stroller. This is freedom, Jordan said. Emilia nodded, heart full. Yet, a deeper betrayal emerged. Digging through old letters for a scrapbook, Emilia found correspondence between Evelyn and a conversion therapy group, dated years ago, plans to help Emilia. Confrontation was raw. You consider that? Emilia cried. Evelyn broke down. He was desperate. But he never followed through. I'm ashamed. Jordan mediated, actions now matter. Forgiveness came slowly, therapy aiding. As autumn leaves turned, they hosted Thanksgiving. Table laden with turkey and tamales, blending traditions. Toasts rang out, to love, resilience, family redefined. Mia's laughter unified them. Watching her play, Emilia whispered to Jordan, we did this. Jordan kissed her. Together. The year closed with hope, imperfect, but real. Years unfolded like chapters in a well-worn book, each page etched with triumphs and trials. By Mia's 5th birthday, the family had solidified. Emilia and Jordan married legally in a small ceremony, Evelyn as witness, beaming through tears. I'm so happy for you, she said, hugging them both. Life in Oak Park hummed with normalcy, schoolruns, art classes, weekend hikes. Jordan's gallery success funded a bigger home. Emilia published a memoir on queer parenting, Touching Lives. Evelyn's health declined with age, arthritis, forgetfulness. Hij cared for her, roles reversing. UVA taught me grace, Emilia said during a doctor's visit. Evelyn smiled. You taught me love. Conflicts faded, replaced by understanding. At pride parades, Evelyn waved the rainbow flags, Mia on her shoulders. Gamma school, Mia declared. But the past echoed in quiet moments. Jordan sometimes withdrew, old wounds resurfacing. Emilia reassured, we're unbreakable. Their love evolved deeper, more nuanced, a tapestry of shared dreams. One crisp fall day, Evelyn passed peacefully in her sleep. Her will left everything to my daughters and granddaughter, a final affirmation. Grief banded them. At the funeral, Emilia eulogized, she stumbled, but rose. That's humanity. In the aftermath, they traveled to New York, where their story began anew. Mia, now inquisitive, asked about love. It's choosing kindness every day, Jordan explained. As hij stood on Brooklyn Bridge, wind whipping hair, Emilia turned to Jordan. Thank you for being my story. Jordan kissed her. Ours is just beginning. Their tale, dramatic, emotional, romantic, humane whispered of hope, families forged in fire, love conquering betrayal. In America's heart, they thrived, a beacon for others. The end came not in tragedy, but quiet victory, a life richly lived, hearts entwined forever.